All right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Harvakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders, great millstone, peace and salutations to the hopefully elect, coming at you with another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai. There's a lot of division. There's a lot of uproars of the people about this potion. This is from RT.com of what's taking place in Australia. You have the people uproaring and against the what? Against that thing, right? People are saying, F the jab. Chaos in Australia as construction workers violently protest the serpent juice mandate outside Union. Right, and not only construction workers, it has been reported a lot of hospital staff are doing the same thing. Not doing the same thing for as protesting for as, what these guys are doing, but they have backed out of their what? Of their job. And you got to think, a lot of these people that spent a long time, right, focusing on that particular career have said what? Screw it. They said screw it because they feel that they feel that they shouldn't have to take the juice. Okay, so a lot of people have resigned, right? Even different high, positions all throughout Babylon. You hear different people resigning, quitting on the spot when what took place. When Biden said, if you have the job that has over 100 employees have to get the serpent juice. People, the rate of people quitting went higher. Okay, and a lot of these gigs of the people that are quitting are gigs where they need these people. They need these people to not quit. Okay? Let's read a little bit down. It says that violent protests against the mandatory Crown Royale erupted outside of a Melbourne trade union office on Monday after it was announced that construction workers will have to be what? Got to take the serpent juice to continue doing their jobs. Protesters wearing high-vis construction clothing, smashing windows, chanted, "We are union" and F the jab, and threw projectiles at the construction, forestry, maritime, mining, and energy union headquarters. Union officials attempted to barricade the doors and used a fire extinguisher to spray demonstrators from inside. Others tried to defuse the situation, waving their hands in the air and shouting for those engaged in the violence to stop, but to no avail. Melbourne riot police eventually turned up to the scene and approached protesters in formation carrying shields, batons, and guns, right? And this is why we said that, they're going to have to unleash the what? Unleash the military out here. You see? They're going to have to unleash the military because of what? Because they know it's going to be an all-out rebellion out here on these streets, okay? Due to these different mandatories that are being put in place. But you see, pretty much is what? Rebellion. All right? Rebellion. And see, this is going to get much worse, as we have been saying. So let's go into let's go to the book of 2nd Esdras. Right? Even though things are still pretty calm right now, you know, in certain cases, but this thing is going to get much worse. I'm already there. The book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 15, verse 16. It says, "For there shall be sedition among men for invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power." So this is saying that, look, you know, these uprisings, these rebellions, okay, these things are it's going to get to a level where you're going to have groups, okay, groups and different groups, all in a form of rebellion against, you know, the local authorities, okay, the federal authorities, to the government authorities, right? It's going to be an all-out rebellion. You see? So it says, "For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions," it's like it says, "in the course of their actions shall stand in their power." Okay? And this is what you see is going to take place. And see, this is going on behind the mandates. Okay? And we know what's coming after this whole jab process, right? The charagma. You see? The charagma. And they're already putting in place where certain areas you cannot come in, jobs you cannot work, all behind this. How much more when this charagma come? We already know what the scripture says, okay, about it if you don't have that charagma. Book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 16, it says, "And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name." So without this charagma, without the MOTB, okay, you're not going to be able to do these things. Okay, you're not going to be able to buy. You're not going to be able to sell. Why? Because they're going to set the system up to weigh it to the point where only way you're going to be able to function in society is if you have it. Okay, and slowly but surely we see how they're doing it, working away through what? Through their serpent juice. Okay, now going back into this division, right? The division is coming, all right, and then we see what's happening, the division and rebellion happening behind this, okay, but you still got other things that still got to come into play, all right? You still got what? The famines, okay? Right now there's a lot of heavy food shortages. You see? It's going to be a tremendous lack of workers, right? All these things are still coming, okay? And it's going to what? It's going to help forward this division. It's going to help forward all-out rebellion. You see? How people are going to act when they're what? When they're hungry, okay? When they got nowhere to lay their head, right? So you just think about these different things, you know? A lot of people's homes that, you know, the people that's going to get put out, well, they're going to say, you know what? Look, somebody else's home is going to become our home. Somebody else's food is going to become our food. You see? This is all going to play a part in this rebellion that's going to happen here in America, Babylon, and Great. You know? What about the local authorities that's going to just not be reachable? Like in Missouri. You know, you had a whole, a whole department, you know, a whole department, you know, left from being, left their job. Why? Because they said, we're not taking it. Okay. So that's a whole staff. Okay. A staff that's supposed to, you know, serve and protect the people unavailable. And you're going to see more of this. Right? So, I mean, that's just a quick hit I wanted to touch to the spirit. You know, when I seen that article popped up, first thing that came to my mind was what? Rebellion. Okay, and there's much more coming. Much more.